with your framework and your lens through your teachings, like what are some healthy ways to confront challenges, obstacles?
So first, what I always do, because it always comes up, and this is what we have to do. I start with prayer. I start with prayer because I need that spiritual strength to guide me. And I call for a meet. I really take the time to really confront the person, or maybe more. It could be a group, whoever I need to confront the situation. And taking yourself out in a different situation, like not necessarily where you're in a classroom setting. That is not the proper place, because emotions come up, get heightened. So your location and proper space for that is crucial. It's very, very crucial. And I put myself in their situation. I put myself in their situation. And I also would like to see if maybe I am doing something wrong, because I'm human, I'm not perfect. Then there might be something that I am doing wrong, or they're not getting from me. So I ask them, what's up? What's going on? What is the problem here? And I usually tell them, I love you. I care about you. And it's not you that I am not liking. It is your actions. It is the actions usually that I struggle with when I do have a problem in halal or in any situation. So we do talk about it. We talk about it. And what I also do is, after listening to them and understanding situation, that's where I can assess, okay, it's either something happening at home, something happening with self. They're sick, they're not feeling good, they haven't eaten, they're tired, so I am the ultimate scapegoat, or they just don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to authority or someone else that is giving them direction,
Right.
Never been taught. Maybe they were not taught that. Maybe they still have to learn those things, And in my halal, I usually ask them, I go, so what is it? What do you think? What is a hula dancer to you? What does that mean to you? Because it's more than just movement. Humility. When you embody being a hula dancer, there are so many things that you have to do to embody being a hula dancer. Humility is the first one, because being a part of something greater than us, that is humbling. Because I am still learning. I know my students are still learning, and that's just part of what we do every day. It's part of our growth. So when I feel that there is disrespect there, the different forms of disrespect, there are also consequences.
There it is. Has to be.
There are consequences that that will happen. So either they have to work on changing themselves in that setting. That's personal reflection. It has to start with self. They may have to, there's also a group accountability, that's with the other students also. There's an accountability, or they might really just have to go, because when there's a loss of mana, that spiritual energy, the integrity is not there, And so when you challenge your teachers, or if you're not in alignment and you do come together and try to make things work, and if you're not, the consequences, you have to go, or maybe we can work things out.
Maybe we can make new agreements.
We can make new agreements. But the problem is you have to be sincere. There's got to be this, you have to really want to make those corrections within self. And humbly accept those and no questions. Just take on that responsibility with no excuse. Just own up, and take it on, because then it shows that you are. But the hardest part also that they do is changing, when that's one of the hardest things. You will have the conversation, you've made amends, but then they will say, oh yes, I'm gonna change. It's not gonna happen again, but it happens again. So when it happens again, you just gotta keep reminding. You're gonna be blue in the face reminding, but that's what you have to do in order for your container to be right. And for the flow to be right. Especially if you're getting complaints from not just one person, sometimes if it's one complaint with, say, for instance, another person, that's between the two of them. But then they have another person complaining, and then another person complaining. So now you see it's a bigger issue, not really just one. So I have to step back. I have to look at that situation. I have to analyze this.